Welcome to Post Smut Clarity, a smut curious book club where two guys read smut. Today, we're diving into Navessa Allen's Game On. Want to jump in? Tell us more about it?
Yeah, so this is the third book in the series there, the Into Darkness series. You know, Navessa Allen is one of our favorite authors.
Yeah.
Her first book, Lights Out, was, so far it's been our favorite book. Game On is interesting. Let me give the synopsis first. So it opens with Stella, who is a tattoo artist, but she's also ultra wealthy. She's like part of the aristocracy, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And right away, our male main character, Theo, or if you've been reading the other books, Tyler, is introduced. He comes into the tattoo shop, wants to get tattooed. He has a plan. And this is their little, I guess you could call it like a meet cute, but not really. And this really kicks the book off where Theo or Tyler has a master plan where he wants to take down someone, I guess it's his estranged father. He wants to take down his father and ruin his life in the way that he feels like his life has been ruined. And the way that he's going to do that is by blackmailing and leveraging Stella, her brother, and Stella's family. He does it through these gambling or poker parties that are ultra exclusive, and he gets leverage over people. His plan is to utilize that to bring his estranged father, Richard, down. That's the story.
It's the classic enemies to lovers kind of story with twists and things.
It is classic enemies to lovers with the twist at the end.
Yeah.
That I did not enjoy.
No spoilers yet.
What rating would you give it? Just on like the story.
The story wise, I wish I remember. I should have gone back and remember what I rated Lights Out. So the second one, I don't remember what I rated it. I would rate it not as high as Lights Out, not as low as the second one. It was right in between for me. So I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Yeah.
Which it was a great story. I enjoyed it the whole time, but the ending, I felt like it was a rapid trying to finish and not like a drawn out full complete narrative.
I enjoyed the first 3/4 of the book.
Yeah.
Really had liked it. Thought there's a point in time where I was like, hey, this is really good. I like where this is going. It's kind of fun. And I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think it's around a 6 to 6.5. Again, another book where we're like,
it's right there.
The same. For spiciness though, this was spiciest of the 3 books.
That's why I give it a high rating for sure.
Yeah. I think I'm at like a 7.5.
Yeah.
Because there's some dirty scenes
in it where I'm like, and very vivid. That's like, I'm going to give it a full 8 because like reading it, I was like, whoa, it gave me blush moments, which I haven't had in a long time. I feel like if you listen to our other podcasts, I've been like, man, I need a blush when I read this. I almost like heat. This one finally delivered the heat. And I was stoked. I was like, oh man, my blood's rushing.
Yeah.
So I give it a full 8. I think full 8.
Yeah. The author, Navessa, she is much more descriptive in these scenes.
Yeah.
The scenes last longer than the other 2 books. There's a lot more going on. And I want to say like half of the scenes, it's male, female. And I think maybe that's partially why I'm like, ooh.
That's true. I think because the first book, Lights Out, was like it was more shock factor with that one. Like, it was such a like ride of like, oh my gosh, like the knife scene. If you read it, like there's a lot of shock and like, wow. And that's what was exciting about it. The second one was kind of like, it didn't go deep enough and it wasn't shocking enough.
It's super vanilla.
It was like, it was vanilla relative to both of these books.
Yeah.
And this one went high detail, not as much shock, but the detail made up for the shock in a good way.
Yeah. It was very detailed. So it was very vivid. Yeah. I like the second one. Caught up. Yeah. That one, it's like it goes into voyeurism, but it like dips its toes into voyeurism towards the middle and the end. And you only get little bits.
That's crazy that we called voyeurism vanilla. But it is in comparison to the rest of it.
Most of the sex scenes aren't the voyeurism.
The voyeurism. You're right.
It happens around
adjacent
the club.
To it. Yeah.
But it's not till like the end.
They do their own voyeurism scene. Yeah. It's definitely though. I think this one, they just went into the details. She went into detail so much better. And you felt in the ride.
Yeah. This is one where, as I was reading it, I had this moment where I was like, I wonder what the interaction is like between Navessa and her editor, where it's like, you know what? This scene's just like, she should hum. She should hum on it.
Yeah. The voice actors too. Like, cause we both listened to the book, the voice actors that she worked with. I saw a post where she talks about it. Like she's very involved in that part of it too, which is, you can tell because it comes across really well. And they add things like breath and humming and like they really involve sound. And I'm like, whoa, this makes it over the top.
There's something there where the narration is much better and it keeps you in the story. And I think that's one of the things that makes it a better read for me is I do really enjoy both the male and female narrators. They do a really good job.
Could they actually switch too when the respective person speaking? And not all books do that. Some books do it by chapter. Some never switch. And then you get the male speaking of the female voice and the female speaking of the male voice. And it pulls you out a little bit.
I don't mind it. There's parts of me that actually kind of enjoys it because I laugh at the male narrator trying to do the female voice. And especially in like a dirty scene.
It's hilarious. But they took a lot of care on the audiobook. And I appreciate the work that went into that. So I don't know voice actors. We should look them up because they're props to them. They do a great job.
They are more prominent. I do know that. So
they're known.
We should know their names. But all right. So past this point, spoiler warning.
If you haven't read this book, maybe skip, read it first, come back later. We're getting into details now.
And it's definitely worth reading. I think you could read it without having read
the other books.
It can stand alone. It's quick. It's super easy. It is enjoyable. I laughed a ton.
Sure. Yeah.
And Navessa does a really good job of writing inner monologue, of writing kind of like silly, funny scenes that just like make you giggle.
And she makes you, so she has the skill she has that I will say she does in every book is she will present a extreme scene, like an extreme sexual scene, or maybe extreme in my view, while giving the inner monologue at the same time so that you feel safe.
Yeah.
You understand it and you understand the arousal, you understand the desire. It's all painted well so where you can engage with it right away. Well, sometimes you read a book and I'm like, whoa, this is like wild. Like, and I'm like kind of pulled out a little bit. This one doesn't do that. And she does such a good job of presenting ideas, and the inner monologue is so clear that you pulled in right away.
Another thing that she does, and I wonder if it's in the book, is she does the trigger warnings.
Oh, the trigger warnings.
And the trigger warnings always crack me up. Oh yeah, see, here it is. It says, Game On is a dark rom-com with heavy themes. Reader discretion is advised, as this book contains gambling, alcohol, and drug use, needles with tattoo or from a tattoo, play club. That's interesting. I don't know the play club. Mention of the mafia and their crimes. Oh, right. I don't remember them going to a
playground.
Oops. Mention of serial killers, food insecurity, food restriction, blackmail, bullying, coercion and threats, chronic illness and pain, violence, description of a car accident, remembered, amputation and discussion of surgery, hospital setting. It's kind of weird that's
a trigger warning.
Yeah. Child abuse and neglect, remembered, head trauma, cheating, remembered, murder, just discussed, kidnapping, hit and run, car accident, explicit sex, including multi-partner and anal.
Specifically.
I don't. Oh, I do. Come play, brat play, orgasm denial and edging, and death of a parent.
So the best one she did was the first one though, because there's cannibalism as a trigger warning, and it's hilarious because you're not even into the book. You have no idea what you're getting into. And she's like, trigger warning, cannibalism. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
So that one was great because it's a very small part of the book, but it's enough to be like hilarious. I get where this all ties together.
Important part of the book.
It is.
Inconsequential, but an important part of the book. Yeah.
And so Josh is the main character from the first book. And I think he's what everyone loves about this series. And it's awesome how he gets tied into all the books just enough to keep you excited.
Okay. So we're past the trigger warning. Again, this is the first time we were doing a live. The screen is so far.
Just far enough away where we can't see if you're commenting.
Yeah.
If you're commenting.
You might even be able to hear us, which
I hope you can hear us.
But yeah, again, not trigger warning. We're gonna talk spoilers from this point on. I am gonna just jump towards the end of the book. I'm so disappointed in the change in Theo, because he's set up as this strong character, and it gets to the very end, and he realizes that his mom lied to him, and his whole worldview is built around this idea that she was a victim of Richard, his estranged father, who is ultra wealthy, and that Richard, his father, had withheld all of these things from them. He finds out that his mother actually is the one who did that, ran away from Richard, prevented Richard from being
a part of his life,
providing all those things. And in that moment, he becomes like a simp. He becomes so weak. And I think as a male reader, that part I'm like,
it become off-putting. And part of it is all three books build a character that is Tyler/Theo.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of a dick in the first one.
Yeah.
And he runs this illegal gambling ring, but it makes him like kind of a powerful figure. Like he has some money, he's doing like illegal, cool stuff. Second book, same thing.
Yeah.
Dude has money, he has power. Third book, we realize why he's doing this. And it's all culminated into this powerful male character that I think we both bought into. I was like, hell yeah, this guy's sick. He's going to take down the rich, and like his dad is a jerk and he's going to take him down. And then at the very end, you get flip-flopped. It's all for nothing. His mom is actually kind of a bad guy, and the dad is actually a really good guy. And you're left from a male perspective. It was like, oh, like the hero that I was following is now for nothing. Like everything he did, the whole rug got pulled out from under him, and you're left wanting.
He becomes so weak.
He's just empty. He's an empty character.
And he's, in my eyes, he becomes pathetic. I think that's a very masculine take on it, where he loses his masculinity, which is like this power.
Yep.
And he becomes weak and pathetic. And it even comes out in the like sexual relationship between him and Stella, and she becomes a dom and he becomes a sub. And the problem is that doesn't stay within that intimate relationship, like let's say like a bedroom relationship. It bleeds out
into his whole life.
And he's essentially like, you have to tell me what to do in all these aspects. Here's like what I have been thinking a lot around that and about it is Navessa needed somehow to change the Tyler character into something that Stella could save, and that Stella and allow Stella to be a heroine. And it's like, he needed to fall from where he was so that he wasn't as powerful. He wasn't this like larger than life character. And it allows the female main character, Stella, to be a heroine and to be this like great figure in his life and to like save him, so to speak. That's not the right terminology, but
no, I'm on the same page, because I think the way we talked about a little earlier, he didn't need to be redeemed. Like he was like almost virtuous even in his evil acts, even in his bad acts. He was virtuous because he was doing it for his mom. His dad was an evil guy. So like, I understand that Navessa brought in this nuance to flip the script and actually make Stella the hero. And that's the big question. Like the question I want to ask our female listeners is, did that come through to you? Was that obvious? Because it wasn't obvious to me. To me, it was like, what the heck? Like, what's going on with this story? It's not going where I thought it was going to go, which is very male perspective, which that's what we are.
Here's the thing, is that the same trope and the same type of story plays out in the other two books. In the first one with Josh, it's the fact that his father was a serial killer, an gnarly character.
That's where the cannibalism comes in.
And it's his like wrestling with that and his fear around those things, his vulnerability around like, am I a bad person? Am I like my father? That's where she steps in and she becomes
it's like, I see you.
Yeah, she elevates him and provides that like growth for him.
Because he's a very like shadowy character, like very reclusive, because he's scared he's like his serial killer dad.
Yeah, which is a perspective that I'm better understanding through reading more of these books.
That's true. I like
that is attractive to women. There's always this underlying thing of like saving men, and we men have that too. It's just different. It's a very physical.
It's kind of like the classic damsel in distress kind of thing.
Yeah,
and maybe that's a really good point. I think we probably missed that a little bit in this story, because I bought into the character of Tyler so hard. Josh is an awesome character. I love Josh, but I didn't buy into his character being, because he wasn't a hero.
Yeah.
He was sad and reclusive, and he was brought out of that. He was elevated, while Tyler he was crushing in his goals. Like he wasn't a good person necessarily, but he was almost like an anti-hero story.
Yeah.
And he was a justified path that just got destroyed.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's another story that needs to happen where he gets elevated again.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? Like from the get-go in the first one with Josh, you do know his character flaws and weaknesses right away, what he is like wrestling with internally. Same with the second book with Nico. You know right away what he's wrestling with.
He's battling getting away from his mob family. Like he doesn't want to live this lifestyle that he got pulled into.
He doesn't want to be a killer. He's forced to be a killer. In this one, Tyler, Theo, you don't get any of that inner monologue. He has this like righteous driven, like I'm going to
rooting for him.
Yeah. We're going to take down the ultra wealthy because they are destroying society. And I have this personal vendetta because this guy like screwed my mother over, screwed me over, and my mother was this wonderful person. So you don't ever like, there are no cracks for Tyler. Initially he plays out this very like masculine figure that you
bought into, right?
You're like, oh yeah, like he is doing something good. It's almost like a Robin Hood type of figure. It's like,
it is, and like
he is doing something good
from the male perspective. And that's what I want to ask our female audience again. From the male perspective, like he's a dick, but I understand why, right? Like I can justify all his like, because he's really mean to Stella. He's kind of an asshole to everyone. He treats everyone as a pawn. Like there's so many negative things I can say about him. But while reading it, I bought into it. I was like, yeah, because he has this grandiose mission that he has to accomplish, and by any means necessary. And I was able to buy into it almost too fast. Now, like looking back, I'm like, I bought into it too fast.
Sucker.
He's an asshole. And I should have understood that. And maybe that's what I missed while reading it, is like, I'm like, yeah, fuck all these people that you got screwed over.
Even Stella, right? Because you're like, yeah, she's part of the system. Yeah, she is trying to better herself, and there are elements of her that are really good and very, very different. But you can kind of wrap it all up in a bow where you're like,
because she's honestly like the whole time is like such a like true and like bleeding heart character. Like the whole time she's a bleeding heart, and you feel for her the whole time. Like she is the heroine, but like she becomes like an underlayer while he's like creating this wild narrative. And then she comes back in at the end and is like, actually everything's fucked and you're a broken person.
Yeah.
It was too quick of a timeline of him breaking.
Yeah.
And not long enough of a timeline of being elevated back up by Stella.
Okay. So sorry. I want to talk about the romance and smut side.
Yeah. Smut times.
And clip that. And okay, so in this one, and I want to compare it to Does It Hurt, which we read previously. In both of these, there's like a enemies to lovers. I would say Does It Hurt is like haters to less hate.
Well, that's like hate fucking, which is different than this, which is not like quite hate
enemy
fucking. Yeah.
And okay, so in this one, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Stella, the inner turmoil that she has, where she is fighting against how attracted she is to Tyler, makes so much sense to me. Even from the get-go, when he comes in for his tattoo consultation.
The first interaction,
Yeah. He comes in and like she's struggling and there's real like visceral chemistry between the two of them.
Well, there's a real tension of like, they both like each other, but they both have a reason to hate each other.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. I love that. That makes sense. Well, Does It Hurt? That didn't exist. Like it didn't really exist, I feel like.
It was weird. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. He did have a reason to hate her.
Yeah.
I think it was far more hate than what.
But that's why they didn't have a reason to love her, is what I'm saying. Like, here, there's a reason to love. Like they were both smitten and there was a sexual tension the whole time, but they both had their reasons to not like each other.
Yeah.
While in Does It Hurt, she was just kind of like in her wild, like stealing identity phase and surviviving.
Yeah.
And he was like, she destroyed my life, even though she just took his freaking credit card number. Like, relax, brother.
Like $1,000.
$1,000 ruined my whole life.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to that one, go back and listen to Does It Hurt? Because it's
or
a little,
read the book.
Read the book. Yeah, well, read
like,
the book. Yeah, read the book. It's worth the read, but it's kind of
it's fun. But okay, so this one, it does take them. Navessa teases out the first sex scene, and it takes a while.
Yeah,
it takes a long time for them to get there.
Yeah,
they do have. Do you remember the first one where I think he fingers her?
Yeah.
And that's where it starts, but that's super quick.
Yeah.
Like that scene is over and done with. And you're like, oh, wow.
Is that it? I was gearing up. I was ready.
Yeah.
It's a little tease. Maybe it was meta. Maybe she was edging us the whole time. The book there's a lot of edging involved and the smut was, we got edged.
Yeah. I think that is a big part of it. I think Navessa actually does a good job of that.
Yeah.
Where you like
just a little bit, just a little bit, and she starts reeling you in.
Come on.
Give me more.
Show me one. Show me one.
Pop a titty for the boys.
Yeah, she does a good job. And then it does that first sex scene it happens it starts at a party that Stella has brought Tyler or Theo to. Yeah. And they get introduced to AJ. Yeah. And AJ is someone that Stella used to date. She's known him forever.
Yeah. Close friend. Close friend.
This is an interesting one because she talks about like, she's had sex with AJ more times than she can ever count. Yeah. And it's a relationship where they are friends with benefits and they kind of fall back into this very physical relationship. And she had said something that made me think a lot of like body counts essentially.
Oh yeah.
I could understand her relationship with AJ.
Yeah.
And also like Theo had no issues. He saw AJ. He was attracted to AJ.
Yeah. Because he's AJ. By on all three books, right?
I guess so.
I'm pretty sure I remember that coming up.
I don't remember in the second.
I could be making it up.
Or first book. You might be making that up.
I could have made it up.
But he's okay with it. And like there's something that Stella had said where I had thought about body count. I was like, why does it really matter? Like why as men, why do we care so much? It's such a weird double standard.
It's 100%. It's a huge double standard.
And I get the part of it where it's like, that doesn't feel good if you really think about it.
If you think too hard.
Yeah.
Like historically there's like, and I'm going to nerd out a little bit, like if you look at like, Judeo-Christian kind of like theme here, the highest value of a woman is to be chaste.
Yeah.
And the highest value of a man is just to provide. And this is very broad strokes classic thinking. And so like being chaste has a body count attached to it by proxy. And that theme is kind of stuck with us even outside of religion. We've kind of elevated the value of like purity in the zeitgeist, right? And like I think we've made a lot of strides past that, but it still lingers.
It's a weird one though, because when it comes down to yourself, you're like, you could rationalize having these experiences.
This was a relationship. This was for fun. This was that. You can
And it's like when you get to when you should be able to do that for someone else, especially someone you're interested in or a partner, it's gone. Like it's just fully. You can't even.
There's no nuance.
Doesn't.
There's no
nuance.
Your
brain's like, ooh, gross. What the? None of that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's
It's not fair.
It's a fucked up part of human experience and human psyche where you can rationalize that so easily for yourself. Or let's not even say rationalize. You can see the reasoning behind it where you're like, no, this all makes sense. Like there is connection there, or there is this, there is that I was needing, or, whatever it is. Right? But then that being fully gone. Yeah. And it is an unfair scenario.
The structure has been built unfair there for sure. And it's weird because like it's tied to possession, which I'm not saying possession by itself is not negative. Like even in the books we're reading, like possession is a trope that we all like.
I like to be possessed.
I like to be possessive and to be possessed. This book kind of woke that up in me a little bit. And I think that's what that body count kind of like messes with the idea of possession.
Yeah.
Which is again, unfair and lacking nuance, which
well, I think there's some level where it's like you get hurt, or I'll speak for myself. It's like, how could she have these feelings for
someone else?
I'm the only person go through this experience and feel the things that she's feeling with me, with someone else. And it's like those feelings or those thoughts feel so bad. They're so undermining of what I see as my importance.
Totally.
But I don't know how to change that.
I think, or in my opinion right now, so like when you do that, you're not allowing the other person to be a full human. Like they're not a full story. Like it's literally, they're just a piece of your narrative. And so you're dehumanizing your partner or your relationship if you're like, they don't love me as much because they had all these partners.
So I'm a piece of shit.
Yes. We all do this though, right? You are a piece of shit. Just kidding. Just obviously not. But we all do this. And I think we narrow our partners like nuance in life and like ability to have other partners by making us only a part of our story. We flatten them out. And that's not fair. That's not fair. That's how I like, but when you think of your partner in their like full scope of like, they're a human that has lots of experience, it doesn't become negative anymore. Or not as much.
It doesn't. Like, that's the experience I was having in this book of like, I get these weird altruistic or like very clear perspectives every once in a while where it's like, oh no, this all makes so much sense. Like I can see other people in the same way that I see myself. And it's very momentary, like moment of like clarity.
Post Smut Clarity.
And I was smutting at the time.
Deep smutting.
But so, okay, back to the second piece.
Back to the second.
They go back. I do really like this one because Stella and Theo are so torn because they're playing chicken with each other.
They're fully playing chicken.
It was a fucking hot scene where they're like,
who's going to stop? Are you going to stop? Are you going to stop? And they just kept going. So like AJ's kind of a prop here. He's not even a full person in the narrative, which is hilarious.
He never becomes a full person.
Honestly, you're right. And so they're like, shouldn't we have this threesome essentially is what's happening. And Tyler right away is like, he's not pulling out. He's like, he's in. Like he's fully in. And where the chapter's in Stella's perspective. And Stella's kind of like, he's going to stop. He's going to stop. But Tyler's definitely not. And it's a fun, playful moment.
Yeah. I do like Stella's perspective where she's like, I'm not going to lose. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to lose or that backs down. I'm not going to be the weak one.
Yeah.
There was actually something very hot to that.
It culminated in one of the hottest scenes for sure.
There's no part of me in real life that will ever be in a threesome and with a man,
with another man.
I just can't.
No Eiffel Towers in your future?
No, God, no. I can't. That scene though was like, you're like, well, okay.
Yeah.
That scene was hot.
It was, and well done.
It was super well done.
Yeah. It was really well done. It was like, it all that game of chicken between them culminated into like a very hot experience.
Here's my problem.
Or for them too, I guess.
And I'm 100% willing to be like, this is a me problem, is that, and they do this so well in the book, is that Theo gets more aroused by seeing Stella pleasured and receiving pleasure from AJ. I can't separate in my mind, like, I want that pleasure to come from me.
I'm causing it.
Like, I can't handle the idea of it coming from someone else. And I'm jealous or like,
it pulls you out of it.
Like, and that's where I couldn't ever do this in real life because it's like, it would cause me to become super introspective, very self-editing. I would lose my confidence in that moment.
I wonder, like, cause like I haven't had that experience myself. So I'm wondering is the moment like catchy enough? Can you get caught up in the moment? And that's where it builds. And you're just like, yeah, we're here. We're doing the thing.
I hope not, because then afterwards I would be like, fuck, what did
I do? Like the deep regret after. That's funny. Yeah. I wonder, but the scene was amazing. It's cool because AJ is a good prop. As a character, he's so flowy. He's good with both of them. He's happy to be there. He just plays the role really well.
Yeah.
And then on the other male side, Theo, / Tyler is so confident and so like Yeah, I'm here. I love all of this.
All right, here's a question for you. Is there a difference between Eiffel Tower and spit roasting, or is that the same thing? Or is the difference that you're supposed to
You're
put
touching hints. That's the only difference, I think, is you're touching hints.
Otherwise, it's a spit roast.
It's
This one, I bring that up because she talks about wanting to get spit roasted.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
what's the difference?
yeah, is that
I think
just an Eiffel Tower?
It's a shape. It's just a shape. One is spit roasting, one is Eiffel Tower.
I prefer to think of it as an H
An H, yeah.
for me.
H for higher. Nice. I like it. I try to, yeah. Can't make it an N
spit roasting
easily.
is so demeaning. Oh, wow.
It is. Well, you're literally a pig, right? Like, but that's part of the play, right? Like part of the like almost degrading.
That's one of the things that I've learned very clearly about myself in reading all these books. I do not like
being degraded.
Or degrading. I don't like being degrading. I don't know. I don't think I want to be degraded either. I haven't really.
I think there's layers to being degraded.
I have I don't at that deep level of degrading someone.
Deep degraded, yeah.
I can
and we're jumping around now, but at the end of the book, she like takes full Dom mode, and she goes. That's when like because the whole book. There's Tyler's like, do I like brat play? Like, that's kind of his internal monologue. He's like, do I like this? I don't know. Maybe. Am I a brat? And those early teases of a brat, I was like, maybe I'm a brat. Like, as I'm reading, I was like, whoa, maybe I like this. But when it gets to the end, I was like, I'm not a brat. I don't like what's happening. So like, there's layers to it, I think.
Hold on. I don't think this is something that you can say you are not.
That's true.
Based on a book only.
That's true.
So, check back in.
Check back in later. Check back in. Come next episode. This week I'll try. No, here's one thing I liked about the brat play thing is like immediately go on, tell me more. He would get like punished by her, and he's like immediate arousal, and I was like, dang, like the immediate interaction there. I was like, oh, let's get more. Let's do more of this.
Yeah.
I liked how it was in the book. Like obviously it wasn't like I wasn't getting immediately aroused. I'll never say
liar.
But in the book I was like, oh wow, like. Immediately he liked this like back and forth.
So there is something about being told what to do that I think that's what I do want that. Here's what I have learned around that is I thought that maybe is a sexy thing of like, oh, like you take control, you tell me what you want. But I have found like a lot of women that like it like causes a full stop in the moment.
They don't like that. Broad strokes. Some women I'm sure love it. Experience.
You get to be like, tell me what you want.
And they're like, nope.
They're like,
more?
Yeah.
Do what you're doing. No, I think so. This is very broad strokes. So women listening, if you're not in this category, obviously you're not in this category. But in broad strokes, the escapism and being able to not have to think about it. And I think we see it in a lot of books is like taking away, and not this book, taking away the like thought of when to orgasm and how to orgasm is part of this. Like I'm taking control of the situation. You don't have to think. I'm pleasuring you the whole time and I'm doing what I want. Women tend to like, and the only reason I'm saying that is because the books we've read so far lean that direction.
Well, okay. Here's what I've taken away from it is in you communicating what you want and what you're going to do, you're communicating your desire.
Yes.
And when you're like, what do you want? There's ambiguity in your desire.
You created a gap.
Yeah. And it's then there's a moment of like, oh, does he actually want
Maybe he doesn't even like what's happening right now. Yeah. If you introduce that doubt moment, it starts to fall apart fast.
And I fully get that.
It made this mistake live. Like it's real.
Yep.
It's a real thing. And it makes sense though, right? You're like, you're vibing, and then you're like, oh, you asked, now it's an interview? Like, I didn't know an inquisition was happening here, right? So like, I totally get the mistake. But idiot. What I like about, and I think that's what's alluring that I haven't experienced fully on this side of like the brat side is the male's not having to do anything. The male is sitting and enjoying, which is kind of interesting.
It is. There's a part of me. I mean, it's a part also. It's like I make so many decisions throughout the day that I want to get to a point where I'm like, you decide everything.
Well, isn't this like we've seen this trope before? It's like the dom sub relationships. A lot of them are like high powered CEOs.
Yeah,
love to be subs because of what you just described. Like I run a multi blah 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 company. I want to not think for a little bit, and they love that shit.
Yeah,
like this is from like TikTok and being in the smut world now. I feel like I've seen this story being told is like, I make decisions all the time. I'm in control of so much. I'd want to not be in control for a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. I also, on the other side of it, understand and fully get someone communicating their desire for you in the moment and being very clear of like, I want you and I know what I want with you and I know what I want to do to you. That is powerful. I think that's part of the reason, at least I'll speak for myself, where I'm like, what do you want? As I want a very
I want to pleasure you more. I want direction.
I want you this way.
So here's a little hack. So you don't say, what do you want? You say, tell me more or tell me, like, you give it specifics to the feedback. So I
feel like
like you give options, like you could say faster, more, or stop. Like you give them specifics to say and do, and it changes it from I have to make up a plan to like I can give you cues. So you can give specific. This is early in the interaction.
So it's like, oh, Nettie, that feels good, and you say more.
Well, like early on, like you're starting, and you say you can tell me faster, harder, or stop.
So you're setting like ground.
You're setting the ground rule, and that's why you can get cues and direction without taking them out of the like, hey, you give me the plan. Yeah. I'm not asking for a plan. I'm asking for little cues.
Yeah.
And that's tight. I feel like that, and like, it doesn't work every time. Like this is a hit or miss.
It is hard because I do feel like there's an expectation for us.
I also want to know, women in here, does that work? Because it's been hit or miss. I'm testing theories here.
Yeah. You made me lose my train of thought. Oh, that there's some level where you should be able to recognize body cues.
Yes.
Or you're like,
well, that's the best.
Like either press the gas or press the
when you're vibing, you don't need the cues because you can feel the body language.
It's so hard to vibe because I'm thinking of so many things, too much to think about.
So this is the smut where I've grown since reading smut, and any men in the audience, listen to this. Do read smut for this. Is what I'm learning as I've been reading more of these is like the more you think about, am I doing this right? The less you are doing it right. Yeah. And you just have to be like, I like this. And you do. So just do it and then read the cue. Let pleasure be your guide. And you're enjoying it because of that, right? Like, because
what a novel idea, follow what feels,
just follow what feels good. But it sounds obvious, right? It's super obvious, but we're not doing it for the most part.
Yeah.
We're always, and women do this too, right? I think we're all doing this when we're having like when we're having these moments is, do they even like it?
Yeah.
That question, don't ask that. Don't ask that. It's not a question. You're here, do the thing, do the job.
Yeah.
And if you're doing the job, it's going to work or it's not. And you will know either way.
Yeah.
You don't have to doubt yourself.
Where this part of relationships or even like casual relationships, one-time relationships, where things are so tough is there is a level of like women give up a lot of power. And I mean, men can too, but I think traditionally women are giving up a lot of power. And as men, you're needing to take that power. In a way that is both safe.
That's the book.
Unsafe.
That's the story we're learning, right? Is like that. A good experience here, and this is very broad strokes. Everyone has different views. Everyone interacts with us differently, but from the books, the story is male creates safety.
Unsafe male creates
safety. That's good. Yes, good call out. Unsafe male creates safety, which is the most desired for a woman. It's like I'm kind of sketchy. I'm rough around the edges. But with you in particular, I'm safe. And that creates this like high desire. And then you do what you want.
Yeah.
Like that's the formula in the highest level, right? Like obviously there's so much more involved, but that's the formula. And so like,
it is much easier in the books where
we're in fantasy world, right? So like, it's very different, but I'm like, let's extrapolate it into like a date situation, a one night stand situation. Oh bro, we're going such dangerous territory, right? Like
How long have you been married?
Yeah. For longer than most people that are alive that's watching this probably.
That's so How long has it been? 16 years?
Yeah. 16 years. So I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy to tell you the story. But what I'm saying is like in the book stories.
Yeah.
The broad strokes here are like you're having this interaction, right? Like I'm not trying to not the pickup artist is not what I'm trying to play here.
Oh, yeah.
The pickup part, I have no idea. You guys play your own game. That's a different game. But once you're in the moment of like, oh, this is becoming a sexual relationship, you have to then create that, like you create the realm of like, I am here for you and you are safe.
Yeah.
In a lot of different layers.
The part of this that I've learned from the romance books, from the smut books that I never got before is very clearly communicating your desire.
Yes.
And I've always thought that maybe that is potentially scary for women or like like it's coming on too strong. But there's this like being very clear. Here's what I want. Here's what I want from you. What I want to do. And once it progresses, it's like what I want to do to you, what I want from you. Being able to communicate that and staying very clear and not wavering from that is,
well, you're painting the picture of like, she is the ultimate, or your partner, she or he is the ultimate desire. When you're like, I want you and I want you like this, I'm going to do it. And you follow through, they become like elevated to a pedestal. And that's what everyone kind of wants. Like everybody wants that in some form or another. And so I think that's part of like don't ask questions. So like, don't give me don't ask for direction.
Yeah. Okay. So
let's get back to the book.
Yeah. So in the scene, AJ, Stella, and Theo, they do consummate the relationship. They do spit roast Stella. Again, I find it fascinating that Theo can be in this place of being so turned on by seeing Stella receiving pleasure from someone else. It is a really hot scene.
In the book, I totally get it. In the book, you get it.
This is actually the first one where a threesome like that, I understand it. This was the first one for sure.
Because you get the inner monologue. So you fully, like, Navessa does such a good job of like painting that full picture to where like I'm in. Even if it's not my cup of tea, I'm in it.
No, I'm not going to go there. Never mind.
We're live.
We're not going there. You still got to be careful. Anyways, that is a really good scene. I do find it like AJ also communicates desire for both of them in a really great way. I want to say in a safe way.
Yeah.
But again, like the way that this would play out if it were me, like if you've seen Idiot Brother, there's this scene where he's hooking up with a boyfriend, girlfriend, and he's like trying so hard. He's trying so hard because he's polite and nice.
Yeah.
And the guy, he's like, feels the guy's erection on his leg. He's like, I can't. I'm like, that would 100%.
That's what pulled you out. You're like,
I can't do it.
But so I'll jump to a later scene. So, there's already spoilers. We're jumping to the end. They actually become a throuple in the end.
Yeah.
They become a throuple in the end.
I mean, that was obviously.
It was like, you could see it from this scene, it's going to happen, but they become a throuple in the end and they do a DP, a traditional DP.
Well, they talk about it. Who is it? I can't remember if it was AJ or Theo. One of them talked about this early on, and they're like, I want like the idea of stealing the other guy.
That's what I was going to bring up. Through the membrane.
Vaginal wall. Yeah. It's like, he is all turned on by that. And I'm like, oh, that's rough.
And we know like your balls are touching. We've already talked about this. And I say traditional DP because there's different types of DP.
Yeah.
And if you know what DP is, double penetration.
Yeah.
But they talk about it at the end where they actually do DP and he's like, I feel you. And that's a part of arousal. And that part, like, I'm like, whoa, I get why. I understand where you're at. But like, I was like, oh,
not for me.
Yeah,
that's not for me. No offense, but not for me.
But yeah, from the female side, is it for you?
That's going to be a big experience.
Yeah. It's a wild, I'm sure. But I thought that was interesting because like you brought it up, like that's part of the desire. It's not just like feeling the erection on your leg elevates the feeling in the story. They're like, I see him getting aroused.
For me, I'm
right?
like, oh, don't point that sucker at me. Yeah. So the idea of being like rubbing the two
side to side, starting to fire.
Yeah, you can't.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
I think it was Theo. Theo was like,
I could see this. Yeah.
I want that.
So I want to jump to the next sex scene that's super hot too. Is they're at her house.
Yeah.
So in the shower. Oh, it's like yeah. So like they're having kind of a falling out moment. They almost get in a car wreck, which she has this trauma of a car wreck. And we're actually have not gone into the plot a lot, but you're here for the smut, not for the plot.
Yeah.
I would say, let us know in the comments. If you want more plot, let us know.
You can't read those. I can't read those.
I'm sorry. But I think you want smut. I'm going to assume you want smut. So like the next scene, sex scene is, she has trauma from a past car wreck that she got blamed for. And she's actually having...
Where they nearly kill someone.
They nearly kill someone. And she's actually wasn't the driver. She wasn't the one at fault. Maddie is her name?
Yeah.
Maddie's the one. And she's kind of a frenemy kind of person where she's their friends, but she's actually a super shitty person.
She is.
She's like killed someone in the past. And this comes in, it's a big part of the story actually. So we'll dive in. She's killed at least one person. She's so rich that she gets saved by her parents over and over again. And this is one of those instances. Stella gets blamed for this, even though Maddie was the one that did it. And she becomes ostracized by the community. She's kind of reclusive because of this. And she has trauma from the car accident. So that all ties to this moment where Theo's driving. They're in an argument. They're fighting in the car. And
she does escalate it. Like it is, I don't want to say it's her fault, but she escalates it where she is like,
she's pulling his attention, right? Yeah. They're driving and they do a near miss, right? Like they almost get a car accident. They're swerving. It's scary. She's having this moment of trauma being pulled back to the accident. He's there in the best way. This is when he creates safety.
Yeah.
So by creating safety, this is a good example of it. He's there. He pulls over.
It is a good moment because you get his perspective and he clearly is like, he swallows his pride. He's like, I'm going to be the bigger person.
I'm going to fix this. Yeah. Because it wasn't necessarily his fault. The accident wasn't even his fault. Like the whole thing wasn't his fault, but he was like, she's in trouble. I'm going to make this safe.
Yeah.
And that was powerful. He carries her. Could you imagine this situation? He's crushing right now, right? Like, he carries her in the rain all the way back to her house. So they're not in a car anymore. She loses her shoes in this situation. She kicks off her shoes. So she's also kind of like, she has this like, I don't know, autoimmune disease or something where like she can't eat everything. She has some disease where she's kind of frail.
Not kind of, very
She's
frail.
very frail. So like he's there and like does everything, carries her, does the whole thing, takes her to her house and
provides warmth from her.
Yeah, she's cold because she's frail. And he's like, I will warm you with my body.
Yeah.
That is textbook safety. Incredible, like teed up, right?
Yeah.
And so then they get to her house and it's like, boom, it's on. Like,
well, he does, here's the thing. Okay. He plays this amazing powerful masculine character of like,
he's the heroine.
Like brings her in, goes into her house with her. She is, accepting and wanting these things.
Yeah.
He takes her into her house and he gets her, like, undresses her, is going to put her in the shower.
Yeah.
Like, he takes full control of everything.
Right.
And again, it's like, he's very powerful in a good way in this moment.
Yeah.
And this is this power later and becomes so weak. That's where I'm like, oh,
and this sex scene, he's the dominant one, more or less, right? So it's super hot sex scene. I think I'm going to bring it to the 2 funny points where I love her as an author is, one, there's always a pet that's hilarious. So that she has a parrot, and the parrot calls her in this moment, calls her snack bitch.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
That one, the parrot is a great character.
Snack bitch, diabolical, like so funny. And then they're like, it's a super intimate moment. And this is after they had sex, gets some cum and writes a message on her back. And it's a very sweet, intimate moment. He's like, boom, and he's like writing on her back.
I know. And I'm like, what is he writing?
He's writing a novel for her. He's like so sweet. I was like, this is the sweetest thing ever.
Here's the thing. As soon as he's doing that, I'm like, you need a blacklight. Just fucking blacklight to see what he said.
You gotta see what he said. And there's a gap between when this happens and when you hear what he actually wrote. So jumping to that part of it.
No co-host.
Sorry. Oh, you can co-host. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you can bring people in. See, we're new to this.
Yeah.
So maybe next time.
I can't even read who it was.
Yeah, we can't see it. We're going to do this better next time. We'll have a screen closer.
Yeah.
But he writes on her back later in the book. She's like, she is a tattoo artist. She does have a black light. She goes and blacklights it. And it says, he wrote, fuck you. Incredible.
I don't know. If that's me, I would be crushed because in my mind,
the sweetest note.
I need you, or like you are what I'm missing in my life. You're the softness that I crave.
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
Fuck
but the
you.
thing is, she loves it.
So she's like, what the fuck? And she texts, fuck me? ? And he's like, back already? So it was like layers to the fucking joke.
Yeah.
So that's obviously writing. That's Navessa Allen. Props here. Hilarious. Layers to the fucking joke.
I know.
Crushed it. She crushed it.
See, I think that's where I could never be the, like, we were talking about, like, the player or the game of, like, where you're just in it to have sex. And
bounce. Yeah. The JT Dog zone.
Because I could never do the fuck you and come up to its back. I could not play that cool.
It was so funny. And it took this like really intimate scene and made it lighthearted. So it was just like masterful writing. That's what we're here for. Navessa Allen, keep going.
Where did you get that idea? I would love
that. Oh my gosh. If you ever listen to this, Navessa Allen, was the inspo for this incredible? Want to know more?
Come message. Say more.
Yeah, send us a come message.
I didn't say that. I said, where did it come from? What's the inspo?
Where is the inspo? Not a message? Okay. My bad.
We should send her one first. So
we'll send her. Oh my God. And they full circle it later where I think she tries to write a come message later in the book. So there's layers to this. There's layers to it. But it's so well done. So well done.
Actually, if you take a blacklight to the last page.
Oh my gosh. I haven't done it yet.
There's a message for you. There's a unique one for every book.
Yeah. We haven't proven it ourselves, but there's a unique come message at the end of every book.
Yeah. Theory
only. That's so funny.
Yeah. Okay. So I got us
back
off
to
track.
it.
Anyways, that is a really good scene. The shower scene is that is.
Yeah. And if for the guys listening, that's the textbook. Like, and obviously this is a fantasized, like inflated version of it, but the trope is there, which is like, bury your pride, create safety.
What you're saying is,
scratch this. I don't want to. We're not trying to build that. That's so funny. I did not read it that way, but I hear what you're saying.
No, I mean I'm kidding.
You're right.
But like there is truth to that, and it's like vulnerability in those moments. And
this is like, JK,
don't clip that.
Clip this. Don't clip this.
I mean, that is true. And that like when you share this vulnerability in yourself, of yourself, and someone receives it in a way that makes you feel safe,
heard and understood,
there is like, that is how you build that intimate rapport.
Yeah.
And either that can go towards sex or it can go towards like relationship, whatever it is.
Because it's not all about sex, right? And well, maybe in smut, but I think and it's not all about trauma either. It's about being heard and understood. Like that's what true safety is being seen fully.
That's the one thing I've learned of myself. Like, oh, what is it? What do you want? Or what do you want in a partner? What do you want from life? It's like, I want to be seen and understood.
Yes, exactly.
And it's so simple, but it's so hard to find.
It is. Well, it's harder to participate in, right, than you think it is.
Because
like to see people and to be seen is difficult on both sides.
Well, it requires a level of vulnerability that is not it's not easy to get to with someone. You do have to build a lot of rapport, or be in like near a car accident. And,
just create trauma moments.
Yes, basically have shared trauma,
and then you're good.
Yeah, just like a hack.
So back to the book, or I guess this is part of the book. This is where the book starts to take a turn, where like the story then progresses to the like Theo's whole narrative falling apart.
Yeah, this has been like this was the start of Stella learning what is driving Theo, why he's doing what he's doing.
Oh, because he confesses to her a lot of things. She figured out
that he's Richard's son
because he looks
before
like
he says anything.
Yeah, before he says, she puzzles it together.
Stella's a G. She's like, oh, you're Richard's son, and he's like, what? Oh, how do you know?
Like, I'll never say it out loud. So yeah, this is when it all starts to fall. Like his story starts to unravel a bit, and his grasp on power starts to unravel. But now that we're like speaking to this live, unpacking it, like I'm starting to see the female perspective a little bit more. That like he needed to unravel a little bit. I still think it could have been executed differently. But you're right.
It does make sense that he needs to like be knocked down. He needs to be pulled down from this powerful pedestal that he's on.
Yeah.
Because up until this point, he does have good reason for what he's doing. Whether or not it's like morally good or bad doesn't really matter.
Right.
But he has a good reason for what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that needs to change.
Yeah. And I think on a like partner perspective, like he has a singular mission that doesn't involve Stella.
Yeah.
And now by unraveling that mission, Stella can become the priority.
Yeah.
And that's smut, you know.
Yeah.
That's what smut is. Like I feel like that's what like a layer of female desire.
Yeah.
Is becoming the priority outside of a strong priority.
Okay. I don't know how to do that in my personal life.
Well, I don't think there's an equivalent. Well, the equivalent is make your partner your priority. Uplift them into a priority state.
All right. Sure.
Oh my God.
Okay. So after this though, you do get a huge unraveling of Theo. This is then when Theo then becomes Tyler, because she does. Well, it was in that scene where she goes into his glove compartment, pulls documents out, and she finds out his real name.
That whole scene is funny. She's like, I'm going to cause him to swerve by yelling or something. I'm going to open the glove compartment, look at his registration, and see his real name. It was like very much like, listen to the bitch. Yeah, she's like, pulls it open. It's like, your name's Tyler. And it's like, this is so, like, that's impossible.
It's bad.
It was funny. She's like, and then she even slow-mo tells the story. She's like, I missed the first reach. On the second reach, and he grabbed it back really fast, but I still saw his name. His name's Tyler. Yeah. This was a little bit of a stretch, Navessa. A little bit of a stretch.
Bless your heart. There's a couple of things. Not that we are, God, I shouldn't have said bless your heart. That made me feel bad instantly.
But yeah, like this, it's funny.
There are things in this story where it falls apart a little bit, where I feel like.
That was the second one.
Well, Stella's brother, the way that Tyler gets him doesn't make sense to me, because they hold him up, Stella's brother, as this perfect, like he is
a clean cut guy,
that's
nice
never
guy
made
ever.
mistakes, never anything wrong. How do you then gamble away $3 million? There's no way in my life you could
even being obliterated, because he's just getting drinks, right?
18 or 20.
Even getting obliterated, you'd pass out before you spend $3 million. I feel like,
and there's a level where you're not gonna go to that. You're not gonna spend. You're not gonna be like, double down again, up to $3 million. That is stupid.
It was a little bit of a weird,
but that was like,
it's kind of a weird. Yeah, and I think the other layer that I didn't like is like, well, no, this was actually good. I guess he at the end he's kind of like, I'm gonna take Theo down.
Yeah. I thought that was
it disappears.
So stupid. He comes out of nowhere and is like, I called the cops on this party.
Yeah.
And it to me, it's like, Theo's been hosting these parties for a while.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for a long time. In the second book with Nico, he has armed guards at the party. Yeah. Guys with fucking Uzis.
And we know he has the police on payroll too. Like,
yeah. And so somehow Stella's brother's like, I found out. And I have no idea what that is.
I have to prove that we're.
Anyway, like Stella's brother somehow, like, that does not make sense how he is the downfall
of Unravels Theo. Yeah.
That's some BS. But
he's so meticulous too. Like, he's known for being meticulous. And I was like, odd.
Yeah, that was stupid. Because like Nico could barely find him and the parties. So that's so silly. Anyways, it's not bad enough that
it doesn't destroy the story, but there's little hiccups that I'm like, oh, this should be a little tighter.
So you get to the end of the book. Look, the biggest problem I have with the book is this switch where Theo becomes a simp, and he's so weak and he's so pathetic. Like, that would still be redeemable. That was never his character, and it becomes his character. And you're like, whoa, hold on, like,
why this?
I was disgusted at that point by Theo. So I'm like,
And even like to continue that theme, like the flop of the mom and dad was too extreme.
It was way too extreme.
Mom is the tortured, like victim of this narrative, and dad is the perpetrator. And then when you get to the end of the book, it completely flops.
Yeah.
The mom was actually vindictive and kind of the bad guy. She was the bad guy, and dad was always good and trying to be part of the life. And it comes out in such a jarring way. And you're like,
it's too much.
I don't like how I feel about mom. Like mom couldn't have been that evil. Like, why would he love her so much? Like it was kind of a gap for me. And then dad couldn't be this good because how did he not like, how did this not connect with
also, he had so much inexhaustible wealth. Why couldn't he find her?
Like hire a PI.
We're taking it too serious.
Yeah, we're probably taking it too serious, but that was a gap for me. It took me out of the story a little bit where I was like, this is too harsh of a flop.
Yeah. Okay. And so then there's a sex scene between Stella and Theo where she's the dom.
Yeah.
And I did not find this scene as hot as
the earlier ones.
Yeah. Because I'm just so thrown off by Theo. And he is such a pathetic simp in it.
Yeah. And I think what makes it okay, and like, not to make it what you're saying, I feel the same way, but like, he had just come out of this space of like, so Stella gets hit by a car by his aunt, which is the weirdest moment in the book.
So
like
weird.
Out of nowhere, she's like, I'm out of here and I'm going to hit Stella with a car. So kind of a wild like moment. Third layer of trauma for her with a car involved. So there's a lot there to unpack, I feel like, for her. But he is so guilty. His whole mission is now irrelevant. His now love of his life has been hit by a car, by his family, by his own doing.
And he thinks she's going to die.
She might die. So like he's completely unraveled. And he's like, I deserve punishment is what he gets out of this. So he's like in this self-loathing space. He's like, I deserve to be punished. And it quickly turns to smut, which is awesome. But quickly turns to smut, and she's like, punish me sexually.
It's not even like a punish me, baby. It's like a I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. It's too self-loathing. It's a little too self-loathing.
Yeah, it's so self-loathing.
She picks it up right away though.
And the problem is, or my problem with it is that he's just not that character, and he so quickly becomes that
character. Yeah. And like, well, she twists the knife a couple times.
Good for her, honestly. Like that's a powerful moment for her.
And that's where the story like kind of flipping.
See, this is where it's like you and I, as masculine readers, we're like,
no. But you can see it from the female perspective, it's a little different. Because she takes the power back because she's been abused the whole time. She's a pawn in his game the whole time. And now he's the pawn.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is the thing we're missing from the male perspective.
She's been the queen the whole time.
Now she's truly the queen. She can move all over this board. But she does twist a knife a couple of times. Like, not just like, hey, look at me. Don't do this, do this. She's like, how do you feel now that your mission, like your whole life's mission is gone? How does that make you feel? And he's like, oh,
he's like, not good if I'm being honest.
But then, so like they go straight into edge maxing. Like after this, every scene is an edge scene. And it's like, whoa, I didn't realize edging can go this far. Because like his whole narrative, one of the ones that I laughed about, we talked about earlier, is like they're edging and he's like, I can't go any further. And she finally lets him go. And he's like, I blacked out. He comes and blacks out. He's like, what happened? I fully blacked out, which is hilarious. I've never experienced that. Have you? If you have, drop it in the comments.
I also have not. And you know what? I grew up Mormon, so I know a lot about edging. And I don't think that's a real thing. You know, I don't think that's a real thing.
That's so funny. It's so funny.
There ain't no blackout.
Ain't no blackout.
It's a whiteout moment, really.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, we got to the end of it. That's the story.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
It was a good book. It is better than the second book.
It's not
a trilogy, it's like 3 standalones. The Into Darkness saga. I feel like this was a better execution, and she can keep going now.
Yeah.
She wants.
Book 2 was a weird.
It just feels like a filler. It felt like a filler book.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
In the same way that the mafia in the first book was like a weird, like, oh, why
did that come in?
Why did we do that? Yeah. The second book doesn't make sense. And you get little bits of Josh in this again.
Yeah.
And every time you're like, more.
I miss Josh.
More Josh.
I don't know. Navessa, it's going to be difficult. I feel your plight, and like, you can't just write another Josh story.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to be as good. So
what do you do?
I think she's doing a good job of teasing him and that relationship throughout these books.
But then I think the more you tease him,
the more
difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be harder.
Josh. Like, Josh is my favorite male character. I want more Josh.
But like, and like the thing is, like, the beauty of the end of the book was like they're happy.
Yeah.
And so that ends.
Yeah. And they are happy. And these little vignettes that you get
together still, and it's adorable.
And it is, like the two of them on the phone.
Yeah.
Like
tag team in this.
That is a moment where I'm like, I want that.
It's a beautiful relationship. It's a great.
I want Nettie to call me with some weird ass shit. And I've got my great partner. Yeah. Like, look.
Yeah. It is a cute. They're cute. They're super cute together. And
I'm that person in your life. You and Aaron are the couple, and I'm the.
I was gonna say
like,
that's
what the fuck am I doing?
That's the. I do feel like I have that. I do feel like I have that.
You do, and I'm now just realizing that I'm the weird.
No, you got it, bro. You got it.
I'll walk off right now.
Oh, it's cute, and they have like bonus chapters at the end, and apparently there's different bonus chapters in different where you bought it. Not verified. There's a cute ending where like they have a barbecue, and those 3 couples get together.
Weird that they choose a barbecue because that's
where they had cannibalism.
That was the cannibalism from book 1.
He's vegetarian.
Makes sense.
He's vegetarian because of it.
Because Tyler was at.
It's like a picnic. I don't know if it's a barbecue. It's like a picnic. They have a dinner. So it's not a barbecue.
Because Tyler was at the barbecue also. He did eat.
He ate, right? He ate human. He is not vegetarian. He was like, I'm fine with it.
He's like, it's cool.
Yeah,
that fits his character.
That does fit his character.
That's why it doesn't make sense that he falls so far. He's like, I ate human. It's cool.
He's already eaten human.
Not a big deal.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. But like, so they have this cute dinner together, and like the 3 couples get along, and it's super adorable.
That's halfway through this book. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna Navessa's setting up like the 3 couples are going to come together and they're going to take down
They're going to take down the society. They're going to fix society.
Richard was going to be a huge evil character.
Yeah.
They were going to find a big evil character.
He's a secret evil character.
And they all get to come together
and fight. Because Josh is a hacker. He's like a super powerful hacker, has tons of money. Nico is a monster.
He's a real killer.
He buries bodies. He knows where the bodies are.
And Tyler's like kind of a mastermind of setting up the manipulation of it all and getting leverage.
So this is a powerful,
and the women behind all of them are so good and so strong.
They're all powerful women.
God, that would have been. I mean, maybe that is still what she's.
Nico's partner with. She's like an activist.
Yeah,
she's like a powerful activist and an OnlyFans person. So she's like a powerful figure in this mix too. So like they all have a part to play, and they can take down the world.
Yeah,
is that happening? Is that book 4? Who knows?
Find out.
We'll find out. Hopefully, Navessa's got one in the books.
All right.
But thanks for watching.
This is it.
Hey, love you. Bye.
But don't say that so quick because I don't know how to end the live.
That's true. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
I wonder what happened.
2 new followers, 15 comments.
50 comments is pretty good.
Yeah. 487 viewers. Not bad.
How many?
487.
487? That's I thought we were going to get 20, dude.
I kept seeing people join.
Yeah, people kept popping in.